How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Rhinestone Island. This is the I guess, the result of many hours of work now. You may notice that I've done quite a bit of tree work and lots of office space redesigning. I worked on Dale quite a bit off camera, on stream, and on camera, so hopefully you got a good glimpse of all that stuff in the time lapse, but I've done quite a bit of work off camera, probably more than you really expected unless you watched me on Twitch. Do this painstakingly tedious just process of replacing all these trees and plants and bushes due to our little duplication bug. But this is the final result. We've got some cool detailing all through this area. I reworked Dale, so you can see now I decided to add in this new I don't know, like mid-city office space. We got some cool parks and things kind of that run through here, which I actually really like quite a bit. I just thought that this area, this part of Dale, was a little bit like repetitive is kind of a word I would use, but it's not so much that I dislike the grids. I thought it was kind of cool actually to have this kind of radiating grid going out this way, so I kind of try to keep it with this new area over here. But I just felt like all the buildings seemed very similar and all kind of just crammed in, so I thought this gave a bit more of a personality, so I went with that. Which I think now makes Dale look much cooler. We haven't really finished Dale yet, but we've got at least the main downtown area done, and now some other different parts done. But then moving on to this side, we've got, of course, these two other areas we worked on last episode, which is this one here, and of course this one as well. But I decided just to kind of, I don't know, power through all of this stuff and finish it in a timely manner, because I know that as much as I enjoy designing office space, it is actually quite tedious and a little boring for people who are watching at home. So this is the final result of all that stuff. I also decided to name this area Lynn, and I think that was a suggestion in the stream. So that's how that one turned out. I actually like the name Lynn quite a bit for an area like this. It feels pretty elegant, pretty nice, and I thought the name was kind of fitting. This is our new, it's not really a train yard, but it's just the nice little train highway that moves in from down way over here on this part of the map to our different cargo centers, and then this is also going to eventually go down to our future casino area, which you may be wondering right about now, why is the casino gone? Why did I remove all this stuff that I worked on, for so long and whatever? To be totally honest with you guys, I left it how it was for a while because I really wanted to see what I thought about our work so far, and I really just wasn't really enjoying where it was going. I thought that it was a pretty cool design, but I think that your first design isn't always your best design, and I think we can do much better on the casino area. Alright, so after clearing this area off a little bit, I know it seems kind of counterintuitive to get rid of the trees like this, but we don't want to have too many trees like disappearing underneath the road anyway, so we'll go ahead and delete it and then put it back later when we do some more detailing and stuff. But let's go ahead and make a little path here for our road. So we'll bust out the dirt road again, and I'm aiming to kind of make this feel kind of like it's a little bit zigzaggy and more natural than, I don't know, the curves shouldn't be too big, so we'll go from these big curves to kind of like tighter curves and then back again. I tried this a lot with the all the path work kind of around the office space. You may have noticed that just a little bit, and I think it makes these dirt type roads and sidewalks and stuff look a little bit better. That's just my personal opinion though. So let's see if we can get this to kind of become a canyon. Just through here. Make some room for this road. There we go. Kind of have it wind over a bit this way actually. There we go. That looks pretty good. Alright, perfect. So now we can do some more dirt road stuff through here. I like that so far. Like I said, just doing a bit of winding, some varying turn angles and sharpness. I like that. Nice and not too steep. You wouldn't want like a ridiculously steep dirt road anyway. It's not very good traction. So that's pretty nice. I like that. It feels occluded enough that it's, getting you away from the town, but also It's not too far of a drive, which is probably good. So awesome. All right, and I think I want the trailhead to be right about here. And if you know what trailheads usually look like, we'll probably have some sort of like restroom. I think I have actually just like a park restroom here. Yeah, here it is. So I mean, it's supposed to be a high street public toilet, but it'll get the same kind of feel across, so should be fine. And I actually kind of like it being on a hill like this. I'm gonna try and work with that, and we'll see how well that actually turns out here. But let's go ahead first and just draw out the first road, and then we'll kind of work away from that. But we'll have it kind of facing down this way, so it'll be on a road that's about this angle here. That way we can have some trailheads that kind of branch directly off behind it that way, which will look pretty good, I think. So I'll have to do a bit of terrain flattening to make all of this work out, but I actually like these tools better than these tools. Just, I don't know, personal preference. I think it replaces these tools with the same as these once I got the second mod installed. I have two different terrain or terraforming mods right now installed, which actually, I don't know, maybe that was a bad idea. I don't know. It could have been some incompatibility, but it actually, that's a good spot for our public restrooms. I'll throw something in like this, and then I'm actually gonna try to make kind of like a pavement area up here, so we'll have two, paved little parking spots there. But actually, in these trailheads, for the most part, there really isn't like large parking lots like this, but rather just kind of like these little side of the road parking spaces, or at least it seems like that's the case for the most part, unless it's like a nicer trailhead, which I guess this could be a nicer trailhead because we don't really have any dirt parking anyway, so we can make do with that. Oh, you know what, it's actually this one that oh, never mind, no it's not. This is definitely the better one, I think. So I'm gonna try and flatten this out a bit more so that the parking lot doesn't look so weird over there. Yeah, that's good. I just don't want this to feel like it's bent. So that's good. And then I'm gonna try to create, let's see, how can we do this? Actually, like this, I think that'll look good once we flatten it all out. We'll have a little tree in the middle here, some trees on the other side as well. It'll take a bit of work to get this to look nice. We'll probably have to use some rocks and things at a later date, but that's alright. I don't mind. That looks pretty good. Awesome. Okay. And now let's pick like another arbitrary kind of height to work with for the next parking area. I'm going to try and do something like this. That should be good. And I think I'll do a different angle too. So be something like, oh, hang on a minute. I want to use those bigger parking lots actually now that we're kind of going with this concrete theme. And I kind of want it to be at an angle as well, but I don't know how well this is going to work out. Let's try from this side, and we want, let's see, that's 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's where the parking lot, it's going to be a 4x4. So maybe something like this, and then we'll just kind of work this terrain a little bit. There we go. Awesome. Now we can use our 4x4 parking spaces down here. Actually, I think I like, let's see, I like this one better. It's got some green in the middle, which I think is kind of nice. So we'll try something like that, which I think looks pretty good. And then, I actually kind of like the way the dirt road works with the concrete now, a little more than I thought I would. So then from there, let's go 4 more, so we can do a bigger one on this side. Again, we'll have to do definitely some terraforming through here, but I think this is turning out pretty nice. That's about the kind of capacity I would expect for something like this, and we'll have a few other trailheads that kind of connect to this one, so it's not like this is the only one that has to house or hold all the cars. I'm going to pull this back a tiny bit just to give us some room. And then this is where we're going to definitely have to make a bit of a steeper road to get it to go to both of these heights here. That's alright. I might actually just swing it out this way a little bit more. Like out here. There we go, that's better. Something like that. And then, I could have it split here. That might look kind of good, actually. Let's do that. So there will be our split. And then one's going to move a bit this way. Like so. And the other one's going to kind of go up like this. And then do a little wrap around. So I think it would be cool to design the first route as just a little trail that kind of runs up here, kind of comes along through a little valley at the top, and then wraps its way back down this side of the mountain to somewhere over here. That would be a pretty sweet spot, I think, for a trail to go. So let's go ahead and start planning that one out. Now I think the best, we'll have one that's like the faster route, and it'll go straight up into the mountain. So it'll be pretty steep right off the bat, and we'll have another one that goes around this way. And kind of goes towards these anyway, and we'll also have like a little connection through this valley. So that's probably a good spot for that. Now, I think we'll probably honestly just have the trailhead go straight off of this right here. I think is a good spot for that. Let me just smooth this out a little bit first. There we go. Awesome. Oops, that's a road. Don't want to use that. All right. The beginning of the trailhead. So we'll go, wow, that's not what I wanted it to do. That's weird, I didn't even know it would do that. Let me get it closer to here. Maybe we'll have to come off of like this. Yep, that's much better. Okay, so there's the beginning of our trailhead. And then, might just have it also connect from over here. Like so. That's good, I like that. Alright, then right off the bat we're going to have a split. One of them's going to go that way. So I'll try and do, maybe have like some rocks in the middle here or something. That might look kind of cool. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that real quick. I'm going to get rid of these trees. Makes it a bit easier to work with. And then we'll grab our rocks, red and yellow. Actually, I'll put the trail down first. So one's going to go like that. One's going to kind of like a wishbone kind of thing like that. There we go. And then some nice rocks over here. Maybe like another big rock here as well. And obviously we'll do more with that at a later date. Alright, cool. And then from there, let's start planning on how we're going to get up there. That's going to be pretty challenging. I think we'll have to do some switchbacks for sure. So I'll lower the size of this. I'm going to make this kind of like the halfway switchback. So bring it up to here, from here, and then bring it down to here. Whoa, I went a bit further than I thought it would. Alright, that's good. And again, that's very rough. We'll definitely have to smooth this out quite a bit as we go. I actually love this. This would be really cool to walk, I think. Kind of going straight up this area. Definitely an interesting hill to climb. And it's actually really not that steep either, so it's pretty reasonable. And that's about what a hiking trail would look like anyway, so I think this is cool. And I definitely want to use some big rocks and stuff in here. That would be pretty sweet. Maybe we could even do like a river or something that runs from over here. Now that we have this tool, so we can add little water spawning areas. The only thing about this is it spawns quite a bit of water, so I'd probably have to make like a bit of a lake kind of thing. So it might need to go somewhere where there's more mountain and it can really handle like a larger lake. But we can have a branch into some smaller streams and stuff. In fact, I want to see just how small the streams can get in this game, because I think after a while the water, just the way the particles work, it starts looking a little bit funky. But we can give it a shot and see what happens. I think it'll look cool, actually. And I think down this area could be pretty prime, like I said, for like a exclusive little beach that you can only get to by hiking way down here, which would be pretty cool, I think. Maybe even maybe we can find some assets that don't require roads. So one thing about any sort of building is, even if you can just build a little road in the middle of nowhere just to put the building down, it won't get the services it needs, and then you gotta build services, and that kind of defeats the purpose of what we're trying to do. So maybe we'll try and find some assets that work better for that. But man, I love that. Look at that. Imagine coming over this little hill here and seeing all. Actually, that's only like the university side too. You have to go over here to see the city. All right, here comes the real challenge, is getting back down off this side of the mountain again. So probably some more switchbacks will look nice. Let's see if we can get that to work. There we go, something like that. That looks pretty nice. I'm liking this so far. I think this is a cool idea. Alright, and then I think once we get to about here, that's probably good for now, and then we'll figure out the rest once we actually know what we're going to do with this bottom area. And exactly how we're going to do this whole cove thing, because right now it's, I don't know. Still got a lot of planning to do on that one, but let's go ahead and plan this side. So I think this one's going to be a little more interesting. We're going to have a little more splits going on and different places to go. So I'm going to remove like almost all these trees, and it's actually pretty easy to put them back now. I have a much stronger brush tool that lets you plant these pretty easily, so I'm not too concerned about that. And we'll be doing lots of rocks and different things to make it look nice, so no sense in having all these trees here anyway. Alright, that looks pretty good. And I think this is going to be cool, having this like big, more open area at the beginning. Reminds me of, if you know what Colorado looks like, some of the trailheads near Boulder. There's one particular trailhead you might want to look up if, I don't know if you know of this from visiting or what, but it's pretty popular if you know the Flatirons, the Rocky Mountains, which are in Boulder, Colorado. They have this really cool trailhead called Chautauqua, and basically it's like this big, it looks a lot like this actually. It's got like a trailhead that starts off, and you're kind of in this big, like, it's not really like plains, but it's very like relatively flat. It's kind of a hill, but it just moves up towards the mountain, and then like right around here you got these like huge rocks that just kind of like jut out of the ground, and it's really cool to look at. So that's kind of what I'm going to be shooting for. We'll have some really cool looking rock formations over here, and look, another animal up there. I think that'll be cool though, so we'll try and aim for something like that. But I'm going to make this do a bit of zigzagging through here. Pretty much is going to be like straight up, but I think it'll be cool to have kind of like a gazebo thing up there or something, maybe like some cool like flowers and just like gardening stuff going on. Some benches to sit on or something at the top. These are definitely the trails that are much closer to the trailhead, so you kind of expected to have some, I don't know, like it's been developed a little bit and designed for, not really touristy or anything, but you know what I mean. Alright, that's cool. That's a good little, I might actually have this be a little more windy. It feels kind of straight considering what it's traversing over here. Like, this is okay, I suppose, but once we get past this, we definitely want this to feel like it's really traversing some rough terrain, so I'm not gonna make it too easy on them. There we go, kind of wrap around the mountain a bit like this. Yeah, I like that much better. Kind of a wrap around on the inside, up like that. And from here we could actually just go up, then around a little bit more. Okay, that's good. I like this actually much better than the first design. Okay, that's good. And then again, I'm just gonna leave this kind of just right there, and we'll deal with that one at a later date. I think that's a pretty cool trail to have. I don't know. For some reason, this looks a bit odd the way that this splits like this. I might have a third trail that moves off in this direction just to make it feel a bit more. Or actually, let's not have it like right on the same split, but let's have like a split that's a little bit sooner, somewhere like right here. Yeah, that looks a bit better. And then this one's going to come around and go down the valley at a later point in time. We'll figure that one out soon. But then this one, this will be interesting. So kind of meet with the other one and also return to the backside. Yeah, we could have like a bit of a loop actually, so you could kind of hike up, split off this one, go down here, take a little loop, maybe hang out over on this area, and then come back up this way again. That would be a nice loop. So I noticed that's kind of a thing with a lot of these hiking trails that are in the mountains like this, is a lot of them are loops, and they're designed like that. So if you want to go for a nice hike, you don't have to hike halfway up and then hike the same thing back down again. You can definitely take a different path. So that way you're always seeing new stuff. Because there's lots of stuff to see. You don't want to have to keep hiking the same trails and then re-hike them down again. That's no fun. Alright, let's go to here, and then I kind of like this terrain up here. You could do like a little bit of like a winding thing, so you hop up onto the ridge over here and then wind around this part. This part's going to have some really cool rocks. I can already kind of see where that would work out. And then once we reach the top over here, and that's actually really cool. I love that. I can't wait to do detail for this. It's going to be awesome. And then what if it splits a little bit again? So have like one that wraps down this way, and then this one, ooh. I feel like you deserve a bit of a reward almost if you take this one. It's kind of like the longer route. So we could have like a separate designated area that's a little bit further away from this little cove on this side that's like down here. So we could split that way, and that one won't have a loop. It'll just be like a dead end over here on this little cove. Maybe you can even access, ooh, we could give access to this area. That would be kind of cool, actually. We should do that instead. All right, very cool. All right, so we kind of made it, and then we'll do something at the top over there. Maybe have a little branch off section here if you wanted to. I don't know what's going to be up here. Maybe like some picnic tables or something. Actually, that's kind of a cool idea. I might have some little picnic tables kind of set up over here. Have a nice place to have lunch or something. That'd be cool. But I do love this. I live on a university that's like right up against the foothills, so when it's summertime, especially when it's like nice out, I mean, you wouldn't really, well, I guess you would think it. I mean, obviously if there's trails, people are going to use them, but I really didn't anticipate this being such a big part of like my daily routine. But I just love getting out, you know, after class and just like taking a hike and going up the mountain and checking everything out. I don't know, it's just nice. It's a good way to get some exercise, and it really is actually more exercise than you might imagine going uphill like that, but it's pretty nice at the end. I like it. So I think it's a pretty essential thing to have on a college campus that's like right next to a big mountain like this. But then from there, man, what are we going to do with this now? All right, and then I think, again, we're going to get to here, and then I'm just going to dead end it so we can, whoop. So then we can worry about that when we get the trailhead going on this side. It's gonna be like a pretty big network, like pretty much equivalent to a big public transit network. Lots of different trailheads all across the island. Alright, that's cool. And then I'll just have it run down to here, and then, yeah, we'll give it a rest for now. Let that be as it is. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good start, to be honest. I'm pretty happy with that so far. So yeah, that'll be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely let me know down below what you think about the idea of using the rocks and stuff and breaking the ability for people to actually walk on these trails, or if you think I should just try and get it as close as possible and still make it work, or what you think about that. Also, definitely name suggestions for this area, and also trailhead name suggestions, trail name suggestions. I'll totally name individual trails, or like, you know, this little hidden cove down here. That'd be kind of cool to have some different names like that. But let me know what you think about all this stuff, and also let me know what you think about this new area, because I didn't really. I mean, I tried to go over as much as possible, but I don't want to spend like 20 minutes of the episode just like showing off all the things we made. There's lots of new stuff, but I personally like this a lot better than the old Dale. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.